Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Shomu's Biology. And this has been an honor to make this series of videos, and this is probably the over a decade I've been making videos just before the CSIR NET examination to help you to qualify the examination for the last month and utilize the last month the best possible way. For this time, this session, June 2026 examination session, I will be making this video series of CSIR NET Toppers Secret. And in this particular series, what I'm going to share is that the toppers, they don't follow the typical rule of the books. What they do is that they don't read everything and anything that is out there, because if what they do is that they understand the exam very, very well. They know the bits and pieces of the exam, right? They know from which topics the repeated questions are being asked for the previous 5-6 years, and they focus on those topics. They read and drill down those topics to the bare minimum basic, towards the basic, from the basic to the advanced most concepts of those topics. Once they do that, they become unstoppable in those topics, and believe me, they generally get questioned from those topics repeatedly, year after year after year. I've known my students who scored very, very well with the rank under 25, have not touched the paper 1, the general aptitude and reasoning paper, without touching it, qualified with a score of more than 145, 150 out of 200. So if you want to score that much marks, you need to have a blueprint which you should follow. You need to have patience of learning the whole exam, understanding the whole exam, and understand the blueprint of Toppers Secret. That's what we're going to provide you throughout this series for all the 13 units. So this is going to be a roller coaster ride for all of you. I'm going to highlight the topics that you need to read, you need to prepare, because the topics are most important topics, repeatedly asked, high yield topics, and these topics are not man-made like that. This obviously man-made, but it's not made by me. It's shared by CSIR NET itself with their syllabus. So I'll just decipher the CSIR NET Life Science syllabus for one last time before the syllabus gets changed or gets altered. One last time from Shomu's Biology, you're going to get the detailed analysis of repeated topics, high topics that you should prepare, and the topics you should leave, and then revise those topics to score well in the upcoming CSIR NET Life Science examination. So all the very best. Let's begin. Alright everyone, so we are here with Unit 13, Methods in Biology, one of the largest unit of CSIR NET Life Science syllabus. If you study CSIR NET Life Science syllabus, Unit 4 and Unit 13 are the largest two units, and then Unit 1. So these are the big units. So CSIR NET Unit 13, Methods in Biology, and the questions from this unit, Part C, Part B question, they're filled with Part B, Part C questions, and huge topic list is there, and you cannot prepare the whole topic list. So here we go suggestively for Unit 13, and we are going to start with this. So there are 2 slides basically of this Unit 13. First time 2 slides, and what we want to prepare is the very first slide is with the recombinant DNA technology, so molecular biology and recombinant DNA methods. So what we need to understand here is the different separation methods, analysis of DNA, all these things are out there. So what we need to understand is a 2-dimensional gel electrophoresis. It is important. Isoelectric focusing of gel is important. Molecular cloning of DNA or RNA fragments in bacteria and eukaryotic system is important. Expression vectors are important. Cloning vectors are also important. Okay. So we have plasmids, phagemids, cosmids, bacterial artificial chromosome, yeast artificial chromosome as cloning vectors are important. cDNA library and preparation of cDNA library, genomic DNA library, and the preparation and selection of genomic DNA library are equally important. In vitro mutagenesis and deletion sequence, gene knockout, okay, in bacterial and eukaryotic organism is important. DNA sequencing methods are important, and strategies for genome sequencing are important. Methods of gene expression analysis is very important, and also the different markers RFLP, RAPD, AFLP, and the techniques of identifying these markers are very, very important from molecular biology, from the DNA technology, the recombinant DNA technology. These are the topics which are very, very important. Next list of topics is histochemical and immunotechniques, and this part is also very, very important. We have antibody generation, detection of molecules via ELISA, RIA and Western blotting techniques, immunoprecipitation, flow cytometry, immunofluorescence microscopy, and in situ hybridization. Fish and GISH both are important. So this paragraph, all the topics are very, very important. We have biophysical methods, although they are very important, but biology students fear these units. So we have UV visible spectroscopy, fluorescence spectrocircular dichroism, CD NMR spectroscopy, ESR spectroscopy, X-ray diffraction, X-ray crystallography, NMR spectroscopy. These are important topics, very, very important topics. They ask question from this topic every single session, but biology students fear them. So don't fear them. If you join Shomu's Biology, then we have dedicated classes for all the biophysical techniques as well. Statistical methods are out there, binomial and Poisson distribution. Then we have regression and correction, correlation analysis, regression correlation, t-test, analysis of variance, ANOVA. Then we have chi-square test, okay, t-test. These are the important topics. Math from these topics are generally important. Radio leveling techniques means what we have radioisotopes used in biology. Primary, secondary isotopes that are being used is something important. Microscopy techniques, that is obviously the components of light microscopy, resolving power and difference between resolving power and magnification. Okay. Next is the scanning transmission microscopy. What is the difference between light microscopy and electron microscopy? Scanning and transmission electron microscope, ACM and TEM. And what else is the samples preparation needed for the light microscopy and electron microscopic difference. Electrophysiological methods like patch clamp technique, ECG, brain activity recording, EKG, and also pharmacological testing is out there, and electrophysiological methods like PET scanner, MRI, fMRI and CAT scanner, CT scanner are important, but I would not suggest you to read them because too much physics will be there. Method in field of biology, methods of estimation of population density and animals and plants are something that sometimes they ask question from. And then computational methods, nucleic acid and protein sequence database, data mining methods, web-based tools for sequence research. Now these particular parts where we have more of the statistical methods, where we have computational biology, that is bioinformatics. Although till this June 2026, the syllabus of Unit 13 is restricted to this part, and even if you leave this computational methods, electrophysiological methods, biophysical methods, statistical methods, still you get something to answer. But what they did is that they released the new rectified syllabus, merging DBT BET with CSIR NET syllabus, and now they have dedicated chapters with computational methods, dedicated chapters with statistical methods. So you need to read them separately from the next December cycle of the examination. So this is the last time that we stick to and end with Unit 13. Beyond this June 2026 examination, you will have dedicated unit, dedicated topic list for the computational biology, not 2-3 lines, dedicated larger topic list with the statistical method. So you need to prepare them separately. For now, this is the end, this is enough, and we will move to the closure of our series of Topper's Secret. So they don't prepare everything A to Z, they prepare selectively, but what they prepare, the topics that they prepare it to the largest depth of knowledge possible for them, and that helps them to qualify the examination. Follow their advice, follow the Topper's Secret, and you will qualify the examination too. So that concludes our understanding of this unit and the most important topic from this unit, the topics that are repeatedly asked from this unit. So this is what toppers do. The CSIR NET toppers, they don't read everything and each and everything from every single unit. No, they read only the repeated units, the most high yield topics from every unit of CSIR NET Life Science syllabus. And if you follow them, blindfoldedly follow this strategy and you are going to get benefit. You are going to replicate the topper's strategy and you can reach to get a highest score to be the next topper. All the very best. And if you want to prepare this suggestively, we at Shomu's Biology, we prepare everything on the basis of this heat map analysis. We provide heat map analysis, we provide the roadmap, we provide books, hard copy books, we take test series based on this idea, we take classes based on this idea. So if you want to join our online coaching program, the registration is going on, the admission is going on. Contact 9804654228. Visit our website www.shomusbiology.com. Remember, if you check it through our application, which is there in the App Store and Play Store, the price of the coaching will be higher, but if you check in the website, it will be low. If you directly contact us, it will be low. So I recommend you to go through the website to sign in for the coaching or directly contact us to sign in for the coaching. All the very best. Wish you the best in the upcoming session of the CSIR NET examination. Bye.